What's up, sir?
Hey Terry, how you doing?
All right, sir. How's it going?
It's going. What about you, man?
Yeah, dealing with a lot, sir, but it's all good. How's that job coming? It should be doing well, right?
Yeah, this is week. What is it? Week three. Week three. Is it? No, is it week three?
So,
Wait a
did
minute.
you do you have any problems joining the base camp?
It said something about there was no more storage. I got a message.
Oh yeah. That's because you are administrator. It'll tell
Yeah,
you that.
yeah.
I'm gonna take some of the pictures out of the Cityman Cook one. Each one of those, that base camp is for all my clients, and so I have like 10 of them.
Right. No, but other than that, I didn't have any problems getting in.
Yeah, but I mean, in the beginning when we first activated it, there was no issue with you getting in at all, was there?
No,
I didn't
no.
think so. But Pam says that she hasn't been able to post anything on the base camp at all. And I said, well, I call Ron, I call a few people, everybody else says they're in, so I don't know what the issue is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Look at my calendar here. Yeah, it's this is week three. I finally got into finally got into um, the Pentagon on Thursday, and so my clearance is still coming through. But I was able to get in, and that place is massive. It's like a
How far did you
hospital.
get? The last time I
Oh
was
no, I had full access. It's just that I had what there was called a red badge, which meant that I can come in, but I needed to be escorted anywhere I went.
oh wow, that's
So
amazing.
yeah, so I'm waiting for what they call a CAC, which is a common access card, and then that allowed me to go in and do whatever I need to do wherever.
Oh, then
And,
you're gonna be a dangerous man in the Pentagon.
I don't know about that. It's a lot of armed security. I mean, armed security. These are guys with machine guns at the entrance, so they want to see your card. They want to see your credentials and everything. And so yeah, it was nice. I got a message from last week on Thursday. I got a message on LinkedIn from Jade. So she says, "Oh, we got to get together for lunch because she works at the Pentagon too."
Oh, she does. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
so I don't know where this building. So it's the world's largest second largest office building. So it takes a while for you to walk around and figure out. And so, oh my goodness, but they do. The one thing I will say, they have an awesome cafeteria. Oh wow,
Awesome
so much.
cafeteria.
Yeah, there was so much food there. I couldn't believe it.
Is that
So
food free?
no, you have to pay, but it's less than going outside.
Wow.
How you doing, Mr. Ron?
I'm fine. Tony, are you working at the Pentagon? Did I
Yes,
hear?
I am.
Oh, good
Mhm.
for you.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah. Thank you. Still, so I was telling Terry, still trying to get my uh, credentials all squared away because they said it would take 1 to 3 months for me to get my common access card. So we're moving in that direction.
Right.
Yeah. So I was just telling Terry, Thursday was my first day in the Pentagon.
Wow.
So I was like, wow, oh my
I
God,
tell you.
what is this? What is this? Oh
I
my
bet.
goodness.
Oh,
They've
wow.
got like seven, they got what they call apexes, which are areas that connect one car to another. So there's like nine of those and elevators. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
So you
man, you
got to
could get lost
remember.
there. You got to know where
Yeah.
you're going, right? You need a map, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's definitely a learning curve. And,
Yeah.
I have two people who work under me. So we're doing like events and communications and things like that.
Oh, that's great.
So
Congratulations, man.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, thank you. It's definitely a little it's different than what I've done
Yeah.
in the past. but it actually combines a little bit of everything that I've done in the past. If you know what I
Exactly.
mean.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
great.
a lot of planning, and a lot of, we come up with, we're working on like execution plans for 2 events and, and a whole outreach plan for the year and all this other stuff all that has to be, the 2024 stuff's got to be in on, by Wednesday. So I'm working with my boss. We're working together on that.
Yeah,
So it's nice to be able to work with somebody. She said, yeah, you'll get this in about 6 months. That's
yeah. That's good. That's good,
yeah.
man. That's good. Congratulations again,
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's a real cool job working there, man. Because I know that building is something else.
Yeah.
Just looking at it. Yeah,
I kept we had lunch there with it was me, my boss, and the 2 people who work under me. We were there on Thursday. I'm like looking at it. The cool thing is you have all these military people of different branches uniform through. So
right.
you got the army, it's mostly army in there, but then you
Yeah,
have a lot of Air Force. So
right.
they have their blues on, and then they have this big table for what is it? I guess you call this the CFC, which is a combined federal campaign where you can you could basically give money to, you can designate a charity for the year. So if you want to
Right.
give money to United Way or whatever, that's how they do it.
Right.
And then again with that they combined it with the Army Navy game. So a lot of
Oh,
Army Navy games stuff, and like the people in my group said, "What's it?" I said, "Army Navy game." I said, "Army Navy, you got to get with it. You're at the
yeah.
Pentagon."
You gotta choose a side, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean the main military
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Well,
Yes.
welcome, sir. I'm pleased that you talked about the food being good. That's amazing.
Food's excellent. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never been in the cafeteria with so many different choices. I was totally blown away. I mean, it was like 2 big areas and all kinds of, you had salad over there and
Oh wow.
Chinese
I
and
can't wait. I can't wait for me and Ron to be your guest.
yeah. Come on by and fill up your plate.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna be able to pass the security, Terry?
Oh yeah, I passed the security, but they list. I'm listed as a black member of the Black Panther Party. That's it. I was listed there. I was there during the time of um 9/11. We had just left 2 days before that plane hit the building. But that's how I got in, and I was under the Obama administration. They said that I was listed as the under the because I'm with my brother's keeper, but they said I was listed as associated with the Black Panther Party. I said, okay, well, still got in, got the food. Well, how's
Oh,
everybody? How was the weekend? I had a busy weekend this weekend. We had a first Beepers meeting. 21 people signed up, and then I had my showcase all day, 8 hour Christmas showcase, thanking all of the partners we had. They all came out to the restaurant and got Christmas gifts. I'm really tired. In a marathon, 8 miles. What did y'all do this weekend?
yeah. Well, my wife's sorority, Delta Sigma Theta, they had a screening for The Color Purple last night.
Oh wow.
So I went to that. A movie theater feel really cool theater too. I've never been to that theater, but it was really cool, really nice. We had a good time. The movie is great. I enjoyed the movie, and that's what I did. And then on Saturday, I went to, well, Saturday there is I don't know if you ever heard of the Pasadena Auditorium. And the Pasadena Auditorium is like, it's a concert hall, and so they had their Christmas program there, and they had this 75-person choir with an orchestra playing below the choir where the choir was singing. And
Wow.
oh man, they did about 25 songs, Christmas songs. It was awesome, man. It was just, man, it was unbelievable. The 25, about 70 people in that choir. And man, it was great. So
Oh
that's what
wow.
my weekend was.
What about you, Rashonda?
Oh, so my son had a basketball tournament, and then I am doing a ton of year-end wrap-up reports. And then Sunday, I spent the time trying to schedule out some emails for this for Media Institute to try to connect with some other potential sponsors because I'm starting to get nervous about the countdown, about that January 9th date. So it was a good weekend, but way too short. Way too short. And I'm super behind on Christmas shopping. I've got to get some of that done this week.
All right, look, I'm going to go over my parts and everybody can report out on their parts and then we can move on to the next step. So let me share this screen. I got a chance to meet with two members who came part of Beepers, and they said, oh, yeah, we can find $1,500 each for the Media Institute. And then I finally got Southwest Airlines to call me back, and I asked them for a 29 to, I'm sure they're going to make it 59, but I told them for a $29 segment. So people can find $29 segments to the conference. But I'm sure they're going to make it 59. But in order to get 59, I knew to ask for 29. I ain't crazy. So that's how we do that. So let me go ahead and share the screen with you. Getting some information about something not being complete, which is confusing to me because let me see if I can do all screens. So when I change screens, you get to see everything. Hold on a minute. Advanced sharing options.
Did you get the link yet for registration? We need
that would be a Rashonda question. I haven't gotten anything.
No, my understanding is that our delay on that response to her email from last week is what has held this up. So as soon as we can get that to her, I'm hoping they can put that save the date and registration out.
Okay, cool. Can you guys see the screen now?
Yeah, the writing is really small, but
oh no, it's not for you to review. I'm gonna hit this button and y'all tell me if y'all can still see what I see. Can you still see what I see?
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that Friday, February 23rd?
Right, there you go. So in here is the location for the event, the potential panels and their titles, all the panels and their titles and the panelists, the projected panelists and confirmed. And you see, y'all all have this, so I'm not gonna, I don't want to blind you by scrolling fast, but you see all the panels, all the things, and everything is happening at one address, and that's Southern Methodist University.
Okay.
Also at the point, you get to the bottom here where there's an offline event, which is the reception at the gallery, which is this part right here. That's an non-conference, conference supported event at the gallery. Okay. So all this stuff is there. So I need to go back and determine what it is. Let's see if I can do this, y'all. Did we go back to the first screen?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, the first screen when you first signed on, yes.
Okay, now can you see this screen here that says preliminary program?
Yes.
Okay. This is, I guess, the home office loaded stuff up that was of an age months ago, because our title is the intersection of PR and AI, and the intersection of storytelling and AI, period. We kind of narrowed it down based on Ron's input and everybody else's input. And location, they asked for a location. I just put that there just the other day, but everything you saw in the other one, it has a location, it has a change title. So I sent an email back to Vanessa and Eleanor. I said, what are you looking at? Because you gave me the links to put all this stuff in those links, and that's what's in the links. So they're asking questions that are concerned to me because they're there. And so I'm changing this document, but usually I can change the document, but it's not allowing me to change.
We don't need to change this document. I think we just need to send her the two what she sent to us. She has two things that are in red. We just need to fill in the blanks there.
Well, it was the location and the address, which is what I sent to her before. As I said before, all of this she's asking for is in this document, which was in the link that she gave me to load.
I know, I'm just saying, for simplicity, if we keep trying to go back and forth about which document you're looking at, you're not looking at none of it. So if we could just send her what she's asking for, it'll be easier.
Well, I just changed it to senator, and she has it. I just want to make sure we get the process because, like Ron said, we need to be able to market and get out there. And this is what she was sent. This is where I was told to put it. This is the link I was given. And the question is asking the same question. So that's where we stand on that one. The other part is I did download the prospectus and send it out to a few people. We were lucky enough to have over 64 people respond to the Beepers reception this weekend in the History Maker session, and we had a large, a very moderate show up. Unfortunately, the city was shut down for a national marathon, and nobody could make it into downtown. We didn't know that. I was wondering why people were texting saying, "I can't make it. How do I get in?" We were at the Holocaust Museum, and it was a combination of let me see if I can find that for you guys. It was a combination of an exhibit on the Black citizenship during Jim Crow, and recognizing our NABJ related people. So let me see if I can find oh, there it is. Hopefully, can you guys see that, Jim Crow?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Holocaust Museum sponsored that. And, our original submission for the Media Institute was on this weekend. So I followed through by keeping my promise of putting all these journalists and PR related people in there. The video is going to come up pretty soon. You guys will get a chance to see it. But anyway, we were able to talk about the Media Institute there. And like 20 people signed up to volunteer and to register. And 2 have decided that they would approach their own employers for sponsorship. And I told them that if we could do a turnaround, she said she wants to get that. They want to get it closed before Christmas, before this weekend, which is, this weekend, the 18th, is corporate Christmas. The real Christmas is your holiday, but most corporations trying to get all this stuff done. There's so many Christmas parties this weekend. It's crazy as far as corporations are concerned. And then also, our president of the National Office of Beepers, Neil Foote, said, I think that we can probably find 2 leading sponsors for the 5,000. So we meet tomorrow. Then I get a call from Ms. Lewis, as y'all know, and her client now wants to have a conversation with us. She's very excited about it. And the conversation was supposed to happen Friday at 3, but the potential sponsor had a emergency meeting. And I found out later that they had a change in their workforce, a lot of changes, so they had to change it. So our meeting is scheduled for this week, but she has all the information, and we're just trying to close the deal. So let me get out of that. History Maker. So that means that a lot of people got notice this weekend. So we have a full roster of potential sponsorship out there. I'll make the changes to this document again and send them in. But you can see, if you can look at this email, this is based on just the History Maker alone. These are all the people who, when you get that email, you have to fill something out and say that you want to support the Media Institute and that you're willing to offer panels and also that you have potential sponsorship. So I downloaded that. Downloaded all of the stuff up from my email, eBlast. And so we have a lot of people ready to come on board. But you'll see all of these are History Maker emails that were generated as a result of me talking about the Media Institute and having a general meeting here. So let's see. Can you see the budget there, guys?
It's small.
Okay, good. No problem. I'm gonna open it. I just want to make sure when I change screens.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do screen share, it only shares what you asked it to share, and I said full share, so when I change, it changes for me.
I see. I got it.
Okay, this particular budget is what was put in there again, but it's different than what I submitted. So I'm going to send that link back to the home office and say this is what you put in your this is what you have existing here, but I also have the other link where I loaded everything up. And you saw those 2 pages. You said you couldn't see them, but you had to click them because our cost, almost I could say 75% of our cost is absorbed by in-kind. And I think we have something maybe printing if we don't go digital, but everything else is done. And so this is not a good reflection of what it is. I hope that we can generate at least $20,000 for that. Tony, I don't have the only other thing I want to talk about, and then you guys can run your games and questions. The only thing I don't have, Tony, is that I did finish the LinkedIn campaign, and I'm putting it in Canva, sending the link out to everybody. All 56 people have access to, because then you get to put your name and your picture in there and say, this is the LinkedIn challenge. And the last two is saying donate. Donate money to the reception, to the convention, and to programming for us. And it has the links to the donation thing. So I'm going to allow Rashonda to go from here so we can find out if we ever find out what was done on the other one. I got a few emails, 4 exactly. One other thing, the local school system here has agreed to pay for and allow the students to videotape the conference. I got 4 emails from people who said they tried to donate money to us through our selecting the task force on the NABJ LinkedIn. So I asked them to make screenshots so I can send them to Nate and others to see why they didn't go there, but they're still going to make that donation anyway. It just didn't contribute to the Giving Tuesday, but it's going to be the new term that Tony come up with, giving season, end of season giving. So that's a good thing.
Well,
So,
I know I made a direct contribution to the task force, not to the general, but to the one that we were talking about. So I was
Okay.
able to. I did not get a screenshot, but I did get confirmation in my statement that the money did go.
Okay, so let's let our esteemed board
Yeah,
member,
me too.
board
I have
rep.
the same thing as Tony.
Yeah, I've never yet
Yeah, you guys made up. You're talking about on Giving Tuesday, though, right?
Right.
Okay, right.
Right.
Yeah, I made one on Giving Tuesday too. But Terry, you're saying there was an issue on LinkedIn after Giving Tuesday?
No, those are people who tried to give during the Giving Tuesday. They're still going to give the money, $500. 4 people, $500. They're still going to give it, but they said it didn't go through. So I'm thinking it was their on their end because it worked for the other people I talked to.
Yeah, I didn't have any issue. Okay, yeah, that I will definitely ask. Now that's it. I reached out again because on Friday we still had not heard who was to win. So I reached out again to Nate. I will tell you that we're supposed to have a budget meeting this week. The board has a budget meeting this week, and so at that point they have to have shared what task forces won, because based on what they sent everyone, the announcement was supposed to be made on the 5th of December. The money was supposed to go out by somewhere around now, like by no later than the 12th or the 13th. So I don't know who won. I don't know the answer to that question. And I
okay.
emailed it. I emailed Jazz, the current treasurer, and Walter, who was really leading this with Nate, really leading this challenge with Nate, to say, hey, I haven't seen this. Can you guys share the answer? And I've gotten crickets so far, so no one has answered me. And that was earlier today. So as soon as I hear that, I will let you know. In terms of the save the date, you guys know where that is. I believe that is directly connected to the rollout of the registration. I think as soon as we get them that, it's got to go. We're nowhere near ready to look at any kind of shift in changing dates, but I will say that Penn and the new treasurer doubled down on that 45-day rule at the end of last week. This is not on us, and I want to make it clear to them that not having our registration out is a direct interference with our issue. Now, that said, we have to get them the information that they need, but we need a little more time, given that our registration is not even out. almost, what are we talking, 30 days away from the 45-day cutoff. So that's sort of where we are in terms of the registration and the save the date that we're holding on. I'm very curious to see what Giving Tuesday looks like. I don't want to go into anybody's pockets, but based on what we're hearing here, I mean, you know, we had a couple $100 to store, and if you had 4 people that did 500, and that's coming, we're talking about, you know, at least somewhere in that area, 2,500 to 3,000, which is significant, given that the biggest expenses for us that are outright expenses as of now, so we have a sponsor, is the food that's at the bottom of that budget that Terry just showed. And so as soon as we can plug in paperwork with your sponsor that's doing the lunch, I think even that goes away.
Oh, that's great. I just answered all the questions. There are only 2, so I'm also
Yeah, there's only 2.
Yeah,
That's
no.
why I said there's only 2, so it shouldn't be.
I just answered them. I just sent them back, but it's the same stuff that's in those folder files they put me. So that's why I said, you saw my email earlier before you got on the call.
Yeah,
Says,
but
this
you
is
know,
what
when
I
I went
submitted.
to
Please
look
tell
at
me
the
if I'm
link-
putting it in the right place.
But you know, Terry, that even if you think about it, the link you just pulled up while we were on the call, because I went back and looked too. I thought, oh, I thought it was here, but it wasn't. The one that you pulled up on the call today, it wasn't there. So, you know, there's just there's probably too many versions out there.
Okay,
So
no problem. So I answered it. They only had 2 questions. They've been answered, and also sent an email to Nate saying, "Can we get this rolling?" There are people we got to get that money you talked about coming in. So hopefully he'll respond.
Yeah, that's what prompted her question, because I sent that email to them today saying, "What's going on with the save the date?" You sent us something last week saying it was coming, and then that's what she said. She didn't get answers to the question, so that's why she replied to that, because I had already pushed on her and Nate.
No, wow, that's great. Thank you so much.
Today. Yeah. So we'll hear that, and then I had one other thing I was going to talk about that's related to that. Save the date, and then the next big deadline for us beyond getting that out is that next week by Monday our slate needs to be confirmed. So we should just assign and make sure we have the confirmation, where all the confirmations of the speakers, because our panels are supposed to be finalized by next week, by Monday. 17th.
Okay, that's good, because most everybody here on the call is on the panel except and all the Dallas folks. So they are confirmed. So I think I want to send them a letter, confirm an email, so I can get their confirmation.
Oh yeah,
they know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we definitely need them to have something in writing that says, "Hey, our workshops are, you're approved. This is the state. Can you confirm that you're going to be available?" So that NABJ doesn't want to put a bunch of names up there and then have anyone come back and say that, I can't do it, or us asking for them to change it. You know how they get about that.
All right. One other thing that would enhance this, if you could help us out, can we still get them to send an e-blast out? Because I want to do an e-blast out to everybody about the panels. They're asking us to do panels for the conference, and I want people to know that we need to have I want to put together, and this is, I'm just throwing this out as a brainstorm for everybody on the call, especially you, Rashonda, is to put out a call to action that says, let's talk about our workshops. Here's a 4-part series where we're going to discuss, talk, and submit. Like we do all the time. We do that anyway, but.
Yeah, I think if we set that schedule up, we can set the email to go out. I don't know that do we really want to do it. So we just have to figure out the right mix between promoting that, which we have to do, we want to do before the conference, and pushing our conference.
Yeah,
so
the panel, I think we should do after we get this off and running, and this is floating it out there, and then we can come back, because that'll get people engaged. That helps to get people engaged as well.
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, I think if we just pick some dates that we would want to have those sessions, and then we can put an e-blast out together. All we have to do is submit it through the submission form, and then know that it won't go out for at least 2 weeks. So if we say we want this to go out on, January 2nd, Happy New Year, media related members, whatever. What if we want it to go out before then?
That's
whatever.
great.
If we want to go out before then, we just set it up. But it's the submission form requires 2 weeks.
That's great. That's great. All right, let's go
How
around
many
the road.
related members we have on the books, Rashonda?
The last number that we were looking at was in the 600s, as I recall. I was really hoping, with the big rally, we could get close to 1,000 for the year. I mean, by next summer. We've been there before. We've been that high before, but it's been a long time. So I'll get the exact numbers from them. I'll get an update on the exact numbers, and I will share that with you. But I wanted to a conference I asked, and it was, if not, I felt like they lowballed me, but it was like 5 something. I believe. It might have been a little. It might have been, and that was the spike up, because you pick up all of those corporate folks that become members to get a cheaper conference registration.
Okay, and so I guess they'll confirm that, because when I was in Birmingham, they told me it was 604. During the pandemic, we were at 784. And
yeah,
also,
that might be right. So if there was a pandemic, that was, I mean, if you got that number in Birmingham, then that's right. It was lower than that ahead of the conference, because by that point, people's memberships have lapsed, right? So they're not a member, and then they renew to get the cheap one, and that spikes the number again right around conference.
Yeah, and that's interesting too, because Ron and I talked about this, and we were trying to figure it out, because it seemed like our membership was expired 2 weeks before conference. I said, wait a minute, I paid this in December. How is it expiring now? And it makes sense.
I always pay mine in. I always pay mine when I register for the conference. So whenever, if that's in March one year, and then if it's not again till July the next year, I might have a gap.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy, but then it does spike. But I know that during the pandemic, when we had our online conferences, we were at 784, and then I was given 604 in Birmingham. But also, we do have to recognize that a lot of our members are still full-time members. They're members of media related, but they still carry a full-time membership.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. They have not officially. When they pay their dues, they're still paying as journalists.
Right. So that's but we are a pretty large group.
Yeah.
All right. Ron, your turn. Hey, Manny, what's going on with you, sir? Good to see you. KL.
Yeah, you sent an email to my my Yahoo email, which I barely checked. So I just checked it by mistake, and I saw that about this meeting. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to get on all you people with these 9 emails. I don't know which one to send it to. I send it whatever pops up. But good to see you, Manny. I appreciate you get the questions and stuff that you're posting online, asking people, do you know anybody, post an interview, trying to interview. That stuff is amazing. I appreciate it. KL, how are you?
That's what it's all about, networking and using your resources, right?
Yeah, that's right, sir. That's why we're on here. Today we're talking about the Media Institute in Dallas, and I'll send you, I think I sent you the first outline, but we've updated it since then. Manny,
yes, I did see that. I think you wanted me to be on a resume panel, I believe, so.
Yeah, right. Resume review. Yeah. All right. Ron, did you have some more questions, comments?
No, I think Rashonda and you answered, all of my questions. My one thing that I would like to see happen, and I know Rashonda said it will hopefully happen in the coming weeks, is that registration. We really need to get that up, because I'm inviting people and they're telling me, where can I register? And so
same here.
I want to register. And more than anything else, I would like to register so I can lock this date into my schedule and I'm not moving off of it,
There you go. Awesome. That's it. And Miss Lewis emailed me the social media chapter and regional plan. It's awesome what she put together. I said, okay, we'll be able to post it as soon as it comes aboard. All right. How about you, Tony? And I'm glad Jay's here, because Jay, we're going after those e-commerce business card people that you referred us. Yeah. But anyway, Tony, go ahead.
No, still working on that. And you and I have to we'll talk offline about the about the e-cards, and should be ready to go with that.
That's good. I want to update now. I got a call back from Hello, which is one of the cards did, and they're enthusiastic, and I let them know that you will be calling them because they want to talk at the same time that Miss Lewis and I will be talking to her referral. So that's good. Anything? Hey, Jade, you got anything you want to share with us too on this call?
No,
Good to see you. I
but
heard you in the
excited
White
to
House
see
now.
you all. I'm just here to support. Let me know what you need.
All right, cool. It's good. I saw you in the White House. It looks good. It looks really good. And I guess Tony's gonna be your ride or die. He's coming into the.
Yeah, we're down the Carter.
Yeah, it's in the
somewhere.
Pentagon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
He's
down
coming
Carter. I think
over.
we're down Carter. I think I'm down Carter 7 or something like that.
Oh, you're not far from me. I'm a 9, but like, let me know. Like, I can
Yeah.
meet you down in the main corridor for like lunch one day.
Yeah,
But
sounds good.
y'all come visit, y'all. We got Pentagon tours. They're available, not to the public. Come visit.
That'll be awesome.
I have a
Awesome.
question. I
Go
have
ahead.
a question, just unrelate to the conference, but I was looking for some. Oh, sorry about that. I was looking for some advice about looking for a social media specialist to give me some advice on my YouTube channel. So, does anybody have any recommendations?
Well, you're talking to the pros here on YouTube there, you Jade and KL, but I can also connect you to two of the other callers. We have I don't like to have labels, but we do have a Gen Xer, Henry, who's a member. And this is strange.
Okay.
He's a very young man, very talented. He's already done a panel for us. He did a couple of the virtual happy hours too. But guess what? He is under 30, I think. And his job is he's the marketing director for AARP. That's just as interesting.
Well,
And so he's very
it
good
makes
at
sense
that.
because these young people understand this technology and this platform, this medium way better than us older people. So that makes sense.
Who you calling? Oh, run, hit him,
Well,
please.
I'm
You're in
old.
California.
Well,
Drive over to his house.
I qualify for AARP, so I can hold myself old now.
All right, cool. Thank you, Manny.
Okay.
KL.
Good evening, everyone, or sunny afternoon here from Southern Cal. Hope all are well. Just happy to be able to join in this call today and to be with you guys. And thanks for all the updates. The app that has been centralized for every movement that has been made for the conference has been extraordinarily helpful. So I do want to thank everyone for every update that gets posted.
Oh, that's great, KL. And I appreciate you creating up the old school mentoring part that we're going to add to this. Let me say this again. I just want to say it for Manny and others. This institute is to connect dots, to certify us in certain trainings, give us a skill set, and also create an ultimate networking where we walk away with clients and growth. It's personal. It also is going to enhance the things that people are doing. And one of the things I think is important that the journalists shared in their survey is that cross-platform leadership, they need to know how to take their journalism background and turn it into a PR background. And they need to know how to sell. They need to know how to transfer. Now, Manny's good at that. And everybody on this call is great at having that transference, but that's key. What's also key is that we walk away with certifications, and we're going to have 3 at this conference. And one is going to be in AI, one is going to be in machine learning AI, and the new, what's the new term? I'm sorry. Now, I'm just making Manny tell the truth because I forgot. But anyway, one is going to be on AI generative learning, generative AI, which is the hot thing that's happening to LinkedIn. Y'all's profiles are about to become more important for your skills and your certification than your degrees. And because LinkedIn has moved to AI. Now, this weekend, one of the members that came to the meeting, Mark Standoak, is a marketing and analytic director, and he's also a Gen Y at LinkedIn. So he says, I think they should be sponsoring this. I said, I think you should make that decision real quick. We need their money. So, and I hope everybody has got the prospectus and you have to use it in its entirety to do this, and we can get it done. So I think this is great. We need to focus on posturing ourselves for that. The two questions that have been answered about the conference has been answered. I'm going to send another one over there. If you guys have some, now all of you are kind of included in the panels, but if you have some powerhouse people that would help enhance some of the panels, is there. One of the most important people I reached out to is a major corporation here. It's the leading newspaper here. It's our LA Times and our Washington Post and our Atlanta Constitutional Journal. I reached out to the Dallas Morning News. The CEO is a very close mentor and friend, and we just had lunch, and I asked him if he would be willing to have his executive editor team lead in the impact that AI has on storytelling for his paper and the digital transformation he's going through. He got excited. I said, and could we get some money? He said, oh, I think we can look for some. So that was just recently. I think that is going to be there. So as you know, and I'll say this so Rashonda won't have to remind us, we don't pay panelists for honorarium. So if we can get sponsorship that will want to bring in someone and do that, that's fine. But NABJ has a policy of not paying for honorarium. It doesn't mean that we can't figure stuff out, but I just want to make sure y'all understand that. And so
what about panelists? What about panelists who are flying in? Or can we get some reimbursement for air flight?
Well, we're trying to come up with a reduced segment flight through one of the airlines here, because we have two
Southwest.
headquartered airlines here. That's going to help that. However, most corporations and most independent practitioners will look at this as a career development investment, but we're still trying to lower the cost. I think, and I have to give myself a high five, I think that the majority of the costs of this conference have been absorbed through my network. And so we're not paying for the venue. We may be getting some more perks in, but at some point, this is going to be looked on as a career development and also a showcase for career growth and networking. And so we're trying to reduce the cost of you being here, trying to get the hotels close to $125. Even with the hotel arrangement, you're going to end up getting happy hour food and breakfast food in it. So that $125 is really higher than that if you think about the cities. That's why Dallas was chosen, as opposed to when Ron and I were trying to bring it to LA and other cities, because it would be a cost, it'd be very high hotel and food wise. And so we have a lot of restaurant partners through some of the relationships I have with Cityman Cook that are going to come in and take care of it. And the closing reception by the gallery, she's pulling in all the stops on her partnerships, so that there will always be food and refreshments and things like that. We have to work on swag, but I think that we're trying to reduce the hotel costs, which is going to be lower here in Dallas. We're increasing the opportunity that you walk back with, training, careers, opportunity, contracts, sponsorship, things of that nature. So the investment toward registration in hotel and airfare will fall upon the participants, including the panelists as well. Rashonda, would you want to add anything to Manny's question?
No, Manny, his question about paying for folks to fly in and stuff, Terry pretty much nailed it on the head. We really don't do compensation for flights and hotels. Generally, that may be handled by a sponsor, or this is sort of why we typically focus on speakers coming from our own wealth of knowledge, our own network. Folks who are already going to be at the conference, or folks local that they don't have that added cost. Now, if we were to have someone local, it's not uncommon for us to do transportation compensation or parking compensation. So let's just say we get the CEO of some of a big agencies, or the head of marketing for the Dallas Mavericks, right? We would compensate their parking or their Uber. That kind of thing is something that is doable. But in terms of covering the cost of folks that are traveling from out of town, that's not typically something that we're able to cover.
Yeah. So what we've done is, the great thing about this, and all of us, I've had discussions with you individually and group wise, is that the train system that comes from the airport goes straight to the hotel, go straight to the university, go straight to all our events. so that will cut your cost to like $5, you know. And the second part is we reached out to Alto to give us a discounted rate, like they did for me for the beepers here. And Alto is a new up and coming. And one thing about Alto is it's limousine. It's not Uber. It's not somebody's personal car with an Uber badge in the dashboard. These are Alto cars. If you can look up Alto, you'll see it. They are white limousines. They look like SUVs, and the drivers are uniform, but they charge the same rate as Uber or Lyft. And so we're asking for a on-the-ground transportation, which won't be too much because everything is going to be contained within walking distance of the conference and the hotel.
Are they
So,
here in California?
yeah, they are.
Terry, do you know?
They're Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, Phoenix, LA, and San Francisco.
Oh, I got to check them out. Question for you. Where are we with the hotel situation? Have we secured a hotel? And you mentioned $125. Is that what's going to be the cost of the rooms?
I know Pam had some information when I talked to her on Friday. They I think they're still doing some negotiations. So maybe you guys are getting it down, but I think she was a little closer to like 170. The rooms, the rate she was seeing was a little closer to 179, but inclusive of some of those things that Terry mentioned, like free breakfast or free shuttles. She was that's what she mentioned, and I know she had looked at 2 or 3 hotels. So she had some recommendations that she was gonna provide to National because we didn't initially put in for a room block that would have, you know, like food and beverage requirements or anything like that. We're just looking for them to give us a discounted rate. You know?
Right, and that's a good question, Ron. And you all got the agreement that I got from the hotel about 34 days ago. I'll copy y'all on it, and that was just from one hotel. Doing the work of interacting with the media related members, everybody has a hotel partner where they get points and stuff like that. And the good thing about SMU, it is on that corridor with the red line, which is the rail system. And there is Marriott, and there is 5 different hotel chains right there, Hilton, everything. Beeman is now joining the other hotel chains to get points too. So in the beginning, when I shared that with other people to work on the hotel, Kayla, Pam, and others, I just reached out to them and said, we want what we had before. And that was the breakfast, which it could be $30, $40. And y'all know if you were in a bigger hotel, New York, LA, that's about $60. Breakfast and the happy hour food plus the 2 drinks. That's another $80 if you were in other cities. So the rate that I sent to you guys is around 151 with that in it for just that hotel. A lot of having done the work, a lot of the members want to go to Marriott, they want to go to Hilton, they want to do their points, and they're able to get things cheaper too. That's why we didn't include, and I didn't choose to include a hotel block, because we are not going to be in the hotel to be using their rooms. So I didn't want to, spend money being there when the university is going to be spending a little over $5,000 for to have rooms and everything that we have there plus AV. So what I did do with Kayla and others is to make sure that all the hotels are listed in our marketing materials and things of that nature as we do our one-on-ones and reach our teams and our people we're connected to let them know. And most people, our team, most astute people are going to pull up and say, okay, I've got Hilton points and the Hilton is across the street. You guys saw the video, Manny and others. I'll share the video. We tape our meetings, so you'll see it, where we went down the line and showed every hotel that's available that's just within walking distance of the university. So you have all the chains, Marriott, Hilton, Wingate, all of them are there. And so we didn't request a room block because we're not going to be in the hotel at all. But I did want what is offered to most people who are engaged with our university, SMU. I did want them to have those happy hour tokens and the breakfast tokens, which then raise the rate, and there'll be a lower rate. But it's really good. Does that answer your question, Manny and Ron?
SMU has a hotel that's attached to the school.
all the hotels are exactly the Beeman is attached to the George Bush Library on SMU. The Hilton is 1 block from there, and DoubleTree is 2 blocks from there, and then the courtyards are 4 blocks from there. They're all along the same line because SMU has a high proximity of hotel use because of students and all the events that go there at that university. You know, we're considered the Harvard of the South, so you know how they do it. They got a lot of crap going on there, especially with the George Bush Library being an anchor there. And the school has also raised another $70 million for the new stuff that they're doing. So they're celebrating their $1 billion endowment. And so there's a lot of traffic, plus it's in the middle of some of the park cities. So all the hotels have posted right there. Even if the Beeman is not, if someone on this call or anybody could get a better rate at the Hilton, because you're a member, and you say, I'm not worried about breakfast, I can get my room for $49 or $100. Well, it's right next door to the Beeman. You know, so all the hotels are right there. And so this was it's not my first rodeo, and it was intentional that we have something where cost and convenience is not going to be a challenge. Thanks for the question, Ron.
Sure, thank you.
All right, anything else, you guys? Okay, I wanted to come back and ask a few questions before we leave out, and everybody get engaged. Our LinkedIn campaign is going to ask us to do some things about posting and going into our NABJ sites and our other sites and sharing this conference and event. But the last 2 are going to ask us to donate. You know, we are famous for our suites. Okay, and that's what we are. We're at convention. We're also famous for having great networking and reception. So we want to make sure we have the money to pay for a suite, even if it's not part of the main hotel, because we can't reserve that right now. It could be adjacent or across the street, as it has been in the past with some of us. So I think that we have that LinkedIn campaign. All of you have received it. Manny, Tony's going to add you to the base camp, and you'll see all the stuff is already in there, get you updated. So do you guys, your feedback, LinkedIn campaign asking us to go out and do this and do our end of season giving. What are your thoughts, please? Random talk.
Is this on the giving, Terry?
Yeah. Well, the last 2, the LinkedIn campaign is 6 to 7 points. Like someone, go and connect to every other media related member. Tony, you can help me on that. And also like and post, and to recommend others, also publish your thought leadership. And the last 2 things is to ask for donations and to support the media related programming and budget.
Right. That's it.
Okay.
That's it, Tony.
Yes, you got them all.
So I just wanted to know if that's cool. That's a social media campaign. Manny, you're good at that. So what do you think? You're muted, Manny.
I have a question to something related. See, I have let my membership lapse in NABJ. Do you think is it worth joining again?
I don't know whether laugh or cry on that one, y'all.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you, because
I think it's worth joining.
Okay.
And you can use a donation campaign to get someone to pay your membership. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So you let it lapse. Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah. Well, because last time I was in a group chat. I believe there was some tension between us and NABJ. I don't know if that's been resolved.
Some tension? Ron, talk to it. Ron is in your city. Y'all had lunch.
That was a euphemism. That was a euphemism.
No. So we're always trying to fight for ourselves. KL did a fantastic equity amendment. We're going to revisit that and get the same rights as everybody else. And so when you get those emails too, Manny, but yeah, when you get caught up, and Tony's going to add you to the base camp so you can see what we loaded up in there. Okay. But I appreciate your humor. Thank you for your honesty. I appreciate it. There's always a contention of whether our membership is valid. One of the biggest questions that members ask all the time is, should I renew? And so we're trying to create this media institute. It'll be our first one since we had one in headquarters, and also we had one prior to that in AP in New York, and then we had a partnership with the Region 2 conference in Atlantic City. So this will be our first major institute based on that particular sector of the membership of NABJ. But a lot of journalists are going to want to attend because they know where the lucrative side is. We're not the dark side, we're the lucrative side. So they want to come over.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's always a contention. So we're trying to make this media institute as powerful to show you the value of staying a member. As a matter of fact, 2 people renewed their membership as a result of this conference already that I know of. That's it. Thanks, Manny. Your honesty has made all of us laugh. I appreciate it. And Manny, drop your email in the chat because I don't want to give Tony the Yahoo email.
Okay. Let's see if I can do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we've done good today, y'all. We got to keep going, and please respond to the base camp. Now, that's the last question I had. Does anybody have any problems responding to the base camp? Because it was easy. You don't really have to even download an app or join the app. You just hit email and it replies once you've been added in there. Tony, Ron, are y'all all replying and receiving? KL?
Yeah.
Yes, that was what I was complimenting, how efficient the base camp has become as a resource. Absolutely.
That's good. I just want to make sure that we reach out to everyone because Neil said he's getting it, but he hadn't responded. I said, Neil, you need to say something. He was here with us this weekend. And so some people said they tried to post, they couldn't. I want to make sure it's user error, not the program itself. That's a powerful program. And one thing I like about Basecamp is those who don't want to have apps, those who don't want to program, it works from your email as well. It's much more powerful than Monday.com and Whova. I can't think of it. WHOVA. I can't think of it. Oh, that being said, y'all look up Zoho. I had the Vice President of Zoho attend the meeting this weekend. And she says, I think I should be involved with this media institute, and I think I should get a membership with NABJ.
That's great.
So Zoho, I just looked it up. It's a marketing imprint company, digital marketing and billboards on transportation systems throughout the city, throughout all cities. And she's currently was left a meeting to go to San Francisco for a meeting on a billboard. I'll send you her video. She shows some of her work. But I did approach her to be a panelist and to sponsor. What'd you say, Manny?
Another thing, Terry. So what's going on? What's going to go on with LinkedIn? I'm hardly on that website anymore. But you said they're going to do some AI stuff. What's going to go on there?
I'll send you out the email. I don't know if any of you've gotten those emails about email marketing and the challenges that Gmail and Yahoo and the other email systems have put up against LinkedIn processes and posting. But it's a new way to get it done. So I'll send that out to everybody on the call. And LinkedIn is moving to generative AI, meaning that when people post jobs or organizations look for members, they're going to base it on your skill set and your certifications, not your degree.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And on the subject of AI, here's something I've been playing around with an AI program right now. Right here, I think it's called AI Creative Studios. But basically, it allows you to create your own newscast, pretty much. Just take a look and see what I've been playing around a bit.
I appreciate it. We will look at it. And most of you know Manny, but he is like me. He's a student of Pat Tobin. So we were all groomed and mentored by Pat Tobin, and that's how I met Manny, is through Pat Tobin, and she's the one that brought him in NABJ. So I appreciate you, Manny, for being on the call today, and to respond so quickly. That's a badge of honor for me. And so we're at the end of this call. I do need us. We're going to answer. We got the best warrior in the world with Rashonda. She keeps calling. That's probably why we keep getting the emails saying clarify. So thank you so much, Rashonda. I appreciate it. And so we've responded to that, so we can start marketing and getting in there. I know that Ron is working on BIPOC PR firms to come in at the dollar amounts as well. You guys have any Black PR firms that want to come in and showcase? I've reached out to our Toyota-based representative out of Atlanta, who was on the panel with you, Ron, last year when we did Unapologetically PR. Her name, I forgot her name, but everything, I'm forgetting a lot today, and it's a long day. And I reached out to her because she manages one of our, he's now running for, he's a frat brother, but he's running for office now, Hill Harper. And so she manages his career to douse this thing with celebrity can help us as well. So
We should talk because I was talking with Faye on Friday, and she's pushing us to an automotive sponsor, NABJ sponsor, who's got some luxury dealerships in the area. And so she's just trying to see if they, if they might want to do something. So,
oh, that's great. So there you go. See,
if you get a bite on Toyota, we want to make sure, we're not talking in case they somebody needs category exclusive. We don't want to have any issues.
That's good. And we had the president of my organization had a meeting with Toyota on Thursday night. So he just walked by to tell me about it. So we'll figure out what it is when I go in his office. And
yeah, the first one to the table. Toyota's ready to go.
well, they're headquartered here. So
yeah, we'll move. We'll take them.
No, but we'll take Lexus. That way we can pick Ron up in a Lexus.
Oh, Toyota's been here for, Pat brought Toyota to
NABJ, right?
Yeah, so it's fitting that, that they would want to be a part of this now. So, yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate it. I pray that everyone stay safe and stay engaged. Keep your health up. We're all battling health challenges, and there's been a lot of losses. December's a time when a lot of people pass. And so keeping people engaged and giving their value. Today on our Bible call, which I do every morning from 6 to 7:30, 150 Black men. But on our Bible call today, we said, what we do to keep to recognize people. And we said celebrate Christmas by celebrating and communicating with each other. And don't spend money, make a phone call. There's a lot of people. And so I told them me and my 5 brothers go into senior citizen home and drop off fruit baskets, because sometimes those older people die due to loneliness and neglect because they've been dropped off and left there. Right. So we could change a life, but let's stay engaged because we're all challenged with health. We're challenged with holidays and the loss. We're at an age where the people who have been our heroes are at the end of life. So let's stay engaged, and let's go to our post and like and share, and post those opinions. Start posting your stuff. Tony and I will have that LinkedIn campaign worked out and moved to Canva as soon as possible. Roshanda's going to keep us engaged with being on top of getting this Immediate Institute out there, and then we'll come up with a 2 to 3 part participation for all the members to come in and start working on our panels. And the LinkedIn campaign is also about donations for convention and things of that nature, and also having a go-to fund for those who have short between contracts or whatever, and that we can help pay for their membership as well, or pay for their flight or whatever. So I always end in prayer, and I'm going to make it brief.
So before you pray, Terry, Rashonda had mentioned, and I think she was correct, in terms of, because we're pushing up on a few important dates coming up, that we might need to meet a little bit more often, because next week is going to be the week of Christmas, I believe, or heading down to the week of Christmas, and everybody's getting busy and this and that and all the stuff that the holidays bring. We probably need to, I don't know if we need to set another meeting or whatever, but I do know that we need to have some deadlines and some concrete answers to things that we need to have in place, because it was mentioned there's a January 9th date that's hanging over our heads. I don't know if that date is going to be pushed back, but we really need to be talking a lot more. Like you said, just be connecting. Even if it's not on this call, we probably need to be talking to each other a little bit more.
I agree. And Rashonda, you want to add to that before I respond?
Yeah, no, I would love to have us connect again. So I don't want to meet just to meet, because I know everybody's time is precious, but I do want to be able to recommend that we figure out some confirmation, because the biggest next thing is the 18th, is that again, all of our speakers need to be confirmed. So how are we amongst ourselves doing that? I don't want it all to fall on Terry. How are we? What do we want that process to look like, that we all can come back and say, hey, this panel, everyone has been confirmed? You know, how should that look, so that we know that on Monday what we give them is the final description for every workshop. Everybody's comfortable with the descriptions and the final list of speakers that have been confirmed. How should that, how do we want that process to go? Terry, you talked about a letter that could go out. I think we could do something very similar to what we already received from NABJ for the convention. So you're not really reinventing the wheel. It just has the dates, the times, locations, you know, all of that. We all know how to do that.
Right. And so the thing, when I responded to it the first time, I'm getting a response from Vanessa. Let's see. Okay, cool. The first time we had that question run, I said to them, yeah, if we need to meet with Nate, see when is Nate available, and let's come up with, and I put it in the base camp. So we had to be very astute with that, because I said, please share any daytime times that you have during the week that you can meet, in case we need to meet with staff and headquarters. Please share any, and then I said, here's the deadline for this. Please share any updates and confirmation of speakers. At base camp is asking a whole lot of things all the time. We can now use it to our benefit to meet again, but we can also use it to meet our deadlines as well. It is a powerful tool because it allows you to respond in your own space under your own schedule, and it puts those dates in there. So I think that we have two deadlines, December 18th. So we may want to meet on, well, we're going to meet next Monday anyway, but we may want to meet again before that and put in the availability in base camp when you can meet during the day, so that we can have a conversation with the home office as well.
Yeah, I did invite them to this meeting, but it may have been too short. So if we set a meeting for Thursday or Friday, we may be able to ask them, hey, Vanessa or Nate, can you jump in on Thursday or Friday with us for a quick, like a 15-minute sprint, just to touch bases and answer, you know, any questions that we have, and get anything else turned around, so there's no, for whatever reason, we can do that, and see if he has that 15 minutes. Nate, I think he would be amenable. Well, so if we could set that up, that would be good. And then other than that, Terry, yeah, I will go into base camp. I'm sitting here now. Do you want to? How do you want, are you want to assign it? Are we just assigning the confirming of the panels to the task force member that is on that panel? Is that how you want it handled?
Well, yeah, I think we can take on a task force. You see all the panels in the task force in there. Every one of us can take on one, and I'll load up all the email addresses of people that we've reached out to already.
Okay. Yeah,
and we
if you
can do
have
it from
email
there.
addresses for people that you put on the panels, and you can share them, or people can email you, that would be ideal.
All right, let me do this real quick. Let me share the screen so you can see what the power of Basecamp, like you don't know already, but we'll do it again. This is a message board. Can y'all see that, by the way? I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
This is a message board. Okay. And that goes to everybody, and you see where I says check in who's reading the emails. Unfortunately, I only got one response. That was from Miss Lewis. Hello, team. We're quite silent. I don't want the 80-20 rule to take over. What are we working on? So we just need to be more precise in that. Campfire is open conversation about anything. In here, I put in the name of the hotel and all the other stuff, and the stuff that I got from Pam plus the other stuff. So it was there. Let me go back again so you can see this. I have a lot of my clients in here, so I don't want to expose them. I need them to keep paying me. So I have 16 base camps going on. Docs and files. People say, I need a copy of the Media Institute. As you can see there's a copy of the draft for the campaign, LinkedIn campaign. You go back. There's the Media Institute draft. There's the Giving Tuesday that we did. So all that stuff is there, and here are the to-dos. There's plenty of them there, and you get reminded if you haven't done it. And then you'll see one where it says this completed, budget submission, hotel rates. It shows that's not completed. It was in there. Media Institute proposed schedule. It's ask everybody to review, and when this is checked, it means you all looked at it. Okay, KL brought up something very important. You can get lost at SMU. So when she brought up the signage, I put it in as a to-do for me. And I made sure they said they would be signage. So I need to go back and say it's completed. So yeah, they said they would do the signs. So this base camp allows us to do some of the things that Ron and Rashonda just brought up. So if you guys go back in and looked at the Media Institute file, please pick a panel and put it in the respond. And one of the good ways is to do a ping, because that comes to our phones as well, and tells I'll take this panel and reach out to those panelists and get them all confirmed. I'd like to do that because we might come up with a stronger, more attractive title. We've changed our title from controlling the narrative to storytelling in the age of AI and analytics. So that changed that bar and got people more interested. So that's an opportunity to do that. So again, and then if you really just go into the base camp, it's going to show you every activity, who sent that email, what they said, and what was there. There's one on Giving Tuesday. There's Tony changing, coming on a challenge. Rashonda, she was talking about the Giving Tuesday there. Ron, asking for the error message for the thing. So everything you do is there. It's the purpose of having this. Miss Lewis was asking Tony to clarify Giving Tuesday and end of your giving. Everything we do is there. You could do it from your email. You don't have to sign in here, but everything is in there, and it's historical. It follows us all the way throughout the process. So there's no way that someone says, I didn't know, I didn't get it. It just helps us be accountable to ourselves. And if you look at this, it's the whole history of, since we created the second one. We had one during the pandemic and the year before, and they wouldn't let us reactivate it because Maria was in charge and they wouldn't let her reactivate it. So we still have historical documents, but it's not there anymore. But you'll see this goes all the way back in time, everything we ever said to each other. So there's Tony when he added all the members. Yeah, so that's, and so I'm not trying to do it all myself, but if it ain't getting done, I'm gonna get it done. And if you feel like you fall short, let someone let us know so we can pick up the ball and keep rolling. We can't, and I prefer you responding in base camp. Texting one or two people doesn't do anything for the rest of us. We all need to be informed. Transparency is a motto of mine. It is a mandate that we all stay engaged and know what's going on. This is a nonprofit, and it's an organization that is mostly transparent unless something is done on the board of directors in session. The rest of it, it's not secretive. You will get what I get. When I get an email, y'all all get it. So that's it. So if we can go back in, take the time, 24 hours, pick out which panel you want to go after, respond to the base camp so somebody else can pick another panel. And let's get these panels confirmed and shored up so that when we update these documents on the 18th, we're good to go. If you have sponsorships, the prospectus is in there too. So does that?
Hey Terry,
Yes,
I'm in
ma'am.
base camp. I'm
No.
not seeing the, is it under lineups, the panels?
Yeah, see right there, Dallas Media Institute. One is the budget and one is the lineup. Tony, can you
I don't
load
know if
the new one up for me if I send it to
Okay,
you?
I'm in lineup. I'm not seeing
Yeah.
anything.
It's in docs and files.
Okay, docs and files.
And
Okay.
yeah, also Tony, do me a favor. The YouTube video, that little 2-minute video, telling people how to use it. Let's push it out there again. And I
So
appreciate
I
you
don't have
helping.
docs
I'm not
and files.
asking.
No
I'm not
worries.
telling you to do it. I'm asking. So
No worries. Because
yeah.
I'm on the phone, it just looks a little different. I see everything except docs and files. Like I
Okay.
can see everything at the top.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk to Tony offline.
Yeah, we'll push it out there. He'll push out the so it goes to email. He'll push out the Media Institute schedule. We also put out the video too, so please show you how to access it. I don't have the app on my phone. I'm a desktop guy, so I don't know what it looks like on the phone. Glad you brought it up because the phone could be totally different. But anyway, that's our screen, and that shows you everything's there. So if we go ahead and start saying, I want to take this panel, and that's deadline. We should be done, and I can meet during the day. I think that we have Monday scheduled, so I think that we should focus on them being on the call on Monday. But if they want to meet on Thursday, it's great. Friday, I'm in surgery, so. But it doesn't stop for all of y'all are the great minds that make this happen. I don't need to be on that call. We are all on the same page. Ron and I have conversations. Tony, I have conversations. Jade and I text each other to death, and she answers a phone call. KL and I talk. Rashawn and I talk. So we're all on the same page. If someone can meet and I can't beat her, y'all are there. We're all the warriors in this. So thank you guys, and let's start with putting that tool up on who's going to take what panel and check what panelists and find some people to put in there. And let's put the deadline together and find a meeting with the day team. I've answered those questions, but I just seen an email coming from Vanessa. I'm looking forward to your answers. So I changed the document, but I will send the answers by email as well. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. All right, Heavenly Father, thank you for the goodness in life. Thank you for preparing us for the success of this Media Institute. Thank you for Tony's job and being in the penthouse. Not the penthouse. What is it? The Pentagon? Okay.
The Pentagon.
Yeah. Thank you, God, for the good food he finding. He's going to feed every one of us when we get there, me, him, and Jade. Thank you for restoring hope and making sure that we are engaged in getting this done. I submit all my desires and requests in your name, Jesus. Amen. Let's get it all done, y'all. This is going to be a great conference. We're going to be the conference that everybody else wants to do.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Y'all take care.
All
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right.
See you
Have a
guys.
good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
KL. KL, how you
Bye,
been?
Cam.
Oh, well, thank you. Hi, Ron and Jade. And
It's
Rashonda
good.
and Tony. I didn't get to speak personally. And of course, absolutely, Mr. Terry Allen.
All right. I want to
Back
connect
to
you to
you, Al.
Wolfman. We need to connect to Wolfman and get all them students out there.
I do need info. I sent you a message.
Oh, yeah. I just asked Cheryl Smith for it. She's going to give it to me.
Okay, cool. I'll wait for that follow-up. Guys,
Jade, you sent me
be
a
safe.
LinkedIn message saying this is a good.com company. If you could send that information to Tony too as well. A business card company. You had two. If you could send
Yeah, I sent it's hi. Yeah, I sent hi, hello, and Blink.
Yeah, Blink.
But like, one of them didn't have information online.
Okay.
So.
It's awesome. You guys, we can get this done. This is going to be one of the best institutes to have. We just have to make it happen. And Ron is right. They need to start marketing it. And we got a document so they need the address. I'm looking at the document, y'all. The address is in there 5 times. It just wasn't at the beginning. So it shows you what we're dealing with. Okay, so you have to overflow. But y'all are powerful, and I appreciate y'all being in my life as well. I'm having my health challenges here, but I think I'm going to be the conqueror and the victor. So I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
All right.